seriously, tell me about Dallas. Tell me about the crash, what happened, what you thought at the moment, what you remember.
Something was happening in racing with the cars. And later we evaluated the chassis that we drove. And when I looked in the museum at cars that I drove 30 years ago, the technology of computers, the air timers and the clutches, even the aero on the cars were different. But the chassis had never changed. And then one day, harmonics, oscillation, and these cars started flying apart. We lost Eric in '07. And that was a whole new wake-up call that my children are out there looking to go pro in NHRA, and what's the future? And I got into that business of chassis. We had to work together to save lives, and I think we're never gonna get it perfect, but we continue to change it. But in that hospital bed, you wake up and them doctors tell you, son, let's don't sit here and talk about you're gonna get in your race car a week from now. You're done. And I thought, for the rest of the year, don't tell me that. They said, no, right now we're gonna focus on you trying to walk, because we don't know if you're gonna walk so good, let alone drive a race car. Get over it. You're probably too old anyway. Well, that was a real, very emotional for days, a lot of crying, a lot of feeling sorry for myself. And then like I always do, I start getting a game plan. And the game plan was, how am I gonna get out of here and get back in that car? And I was back in January in testing in the 1st of February in Phoenix, a brand new car, brand new design, 3-rail chassis, and I was top speed and low ET. Went out in the desert, couldn't find the parachutes in the roof, actually couldn't lift my hand to find the parachute. It was a mess. But I survived it, got through it, and I realized that the good Lord has something different for me, and maybe isn't just winning races. That's my focus, but to build safety in the sport NHRA that I love.
The Dave Despain Show, presented by Carlisle Tools, Friday, 8 p.m. Eastern and Pacific, only on MAV TV.